You're so bad at time management. You're so bad at time management. You're so bad. You're so bad. You're so bad at time management. You're so bad at time management. You're so bad.
Hello?
Hello, Mitzi.
Can you hear me? Hello, sir.
I can hear you just fine, baby.
Hey, we did a big art show together.
Yeah,
Hey, man, the light looks really nice at your crazy place.
oh, it's a bunch of. I'm just living in a wood pile.
I looks like it. I like the welcome. That's very, very nice.
Well, I want to make sure you feel welcome.
It's a big sign to have just coming out of your head there. And it's that's a cool painting. You're working on that outside, huh?
No, I just have as a backdrop because I got a little painting here at some point. But so if somebody feels
You got
feisty and they see
please do.
painting in episode 18 with Chris Bonno, so you can have it if you want. Lighting is good. You look good, dude.
Thank you. I got a little shadow when I get close to the laptop like that. But otherwise, there it is. Yeah, man, I got a plant and everything. We've had this here forever. I had no idea it was going to end up being part of a set. That's pretty good.
Well, and it's what's the plant's name?
Larry
the Plant. Well,
no
Larry
idea.
the Plant and Chris Bonno. This is Brett's with Friends. I'm already recording. This is Chris Bonno and Larry the Plant. Chris Bonno was a actor, comedian, writer, thespian, plant owner, artist, painter. I don't know if people want, people say if I say artist, they say, no, I'm a painter. Artist, you're an artist, you're a painter. You do lots of. I'm not covering anything that you might want people to know about you.
I do. I have been doing Foley sound effects for movies for about 20 years off and on. Did those for a good chunk of time at Warner Hollywood and then Warner out here Burbank. And I do pickup jobs now. Just did a Lifetime movie at the beginning of the quarantine.
Did you have to do sound effects for the crying or the emotions? What was the most difficult sound effect you had to do?
I just told this story to a friend of mine. We had this, Andy Kindler calls, I believe he calls Lifetime the Women in Peril Victim Channel, something like that. And so this woman gets herself in a bad situation with this dude. And by the end of it, the denouement, he pushes her down the stairs. And in the filming of it, right, and just the audio as is was really just thuddy. It could have been like a sack of potatoes hitting, it's just clunky, and so we built the sound effects for it when her hand hit the banister and the foot hit this way with props, all the different props, and then got a great thud when she hit the wall and the wood floor. It was fucking, and when we watched it together, like all of it meshed together, it was like, this is how we make this stuff happen. It was so cool,
Magic.
It was really like, holy shit, it had a lot of impact, so that was a fun build, like building that, falling down the stairs and landing on the back of the wall there.
Was anybody hurt?
That was.
Was anybody hurt? You weren't hurt during the process, were you?
No. We don't actually would you?
Emotionally, no.
Oh, definitely emotionally. I felt for all women. But no, that's a cool gig to do. And thankfully, I've been doing some artwork through this quarantine, so that still eating food, still able to.
You get this? Did you get the stimulus package? Did you get that $10,000, that $1,200 or anything?
No. Okay, here's the deal. I am really good at creative stuff, but I'm negligent with money and taxes and things. And so I'm behind. I'm behind in my taxes. I'm doing that. That's the next project, is catching up with a couple of years. And so since I hadn't turned in 2018 or 19, no stimulus, no fucking stimulus came to me, man.
Dude.
So
Okay,
did you get the?
Of course.
Huh?
Yeah. I did. You actually, okay. You're actually probably, if you do something right now, I don't know if it's too late.
Yeah.
But you could probably get about $12,000 if you did, you might still be able to do that.
I thought it was $1,200.
No.
You said 1,000.
Well, there's a $1,200 stimulus check that they gave everybody, but then there's a lost wages, which was the second one that went under lost wages, which is $1,200. But then there for the since the pandemic started, they've been giving people like, dude, you need to get that $10,000. That's what I got.
Okay, you're gonna send me everything that you did in an email.
No, listen,
and walk me through the money. I mean, first off, I know that you started with a picture of yourself living in a woodshed.
Well, I got this beautiful.
I'd give you 12.
This is my stimulus package money. This is my. I got this A7 III. That's anyways. Thanks, COVID.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's but I also got a car and stuff like that. But I also paid rent here in Oregon and paying off my bills. I got my teeth done.
Oh, congratulations!
Nice. Not as good as it needs $5,000 more work.
What I funny, but just this is because you just showed your teeth, and my immediate instinct was to lean in because you're on TV.
No, I don't want to show it up close. You don't want to see it up close. Right here, it's good. It's good like this. It's good. It's good. The bleach bean.
Italian grandma. I felt like an Italian grandma for a second. Like, hey, let me see that here. Hold on a second there. Let me what's that?
No, but so you got to get this. You got to get this. This is, and you. If it's not too late, you can get this. I didn't mean for this interview to be about.
Are you all package,
but you can. What's that? You don't need to be caught up with taxes. I mean, me and taxes are, well, no.
Okay.
It's not good. I got the money and I put it to good use. And anyways, but you should go look into the pandemic relief, whatever it is in California. I'm in Oregon right now, but you got like $12,000 waiting for you.
Wow. Okay.
So you should have
look into it. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
God, that would have been great.
It still might not be too late. You got to investigate it. If you didn't like computers before, you're gonna love them when they give you $12,000.
Okay. I need a computer.
That happened in like April, May, June, July, August, I think.
How long did it take for the whole process from reading about
like
it, putting the request
4
in,
months
and
from the
getting
time that, because they were backtracking from the time that it started, which was like it took about like 4 or 5 months of like anxiety ridden, like, did I do the paperwork right or the computer work right? And then it all came. I got like $9,000 in checks.
Nice.
And
I'm all for it.
And then the residual is a monthly thing, and then the federal was doing like $600 or $200 a week on top of that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But you should have money. You should have had that money should have been yours already.
I'm going to have mouth agape for another minute and a half.
That's what she said. Or at least 5 minutes.
Holy what? And occasionally, I do this, but very seldom as of late.
Well, when we get off this interview, you should probably investigate that, or when you have time, because I don't know if it's too late to get it.
It's first on my list after long. Yeah, after.
And then you can buy yourself some Alpha
All right.
Centauri.
Well,
You can buy Alpha Centauri with it as well.
which part of Oregon are you in?
I'm in Salem, Oregon. It's a wet, cold, mysterious place.
Salem.
What's
Froze.
I froze or you froze? Are
You're frozen in time.
It's my internet connection.
There you are.
Seems to be unstable.
Gotcha.
It's very unstable.
Now, how about your?
So what's
kind of
okay? What's
fitting
going? Now that we know that you didn't get your money that you deserved from being able in.
Why, but like, yeah.
Now you're all sad. You're all like, just shut the fuck up. I'm kind of depressed now. Clown, baby. I didn't mean to do this to make you cry. So tell the people out there in this rinky-dinky little fucking podcast I have more about you. How did you start out in comedy? How did you not see this pandemic money coming? Anyways, no. No. How did you when did you first start painting? You're acting, you're multifaceted, multi-dimensional human being. When did you begin comedy? When did you begin art? Let's hear it. Give us a little bio of you.
Let's see. My mom dragged my hand with the crayon on a piece of paper, and apparently I drew an elephant, and that was like 2. I was 2, and she was really, really encouraging about the arts for me, and loved, like, I was her little dancing monkey. So she liked, like, I would run around playing a guitar in my pajamas, singing Beatles songs, like ostensibly like one sentence, hold my hand over and over and over and over and over again. And then later Elvis showed up, and so I did some of his stuff, and so that was the performing thing. But I have a little I have a thing with performing that shows up every so often that's got to be right back from when I was a kid, where they thought it was cute in the living room. So we'd go to family events, and I'm Sicilian, so we'd go to these Italian Catholic, gatherings. Like St. Joseph's Day was big. They had an altar at someone's there, and I'm always carrying my guitar. Show. I don't want to do this show. And I'll okay. And I walk into the room and see all these towering giant people everywhere looking at me. And I got scared shitless and ran into one of the bedrooms and cried my eyes out. So I have that to this day, where I have a love-hate relationship with performing. I really do like doing stand-up on stage and getting a good response. And I love doing TV and video and cruise and hanging with all the people now. But every so often I just go back to like, I'm painting and drawing. I'm not going to do that shit. I've had at least 3 ideas for video shows during the pandemic, but I haven't. It's like, you know what? I don't want to do any of it. It feels weird. I may jump back in, but so I did perform, like, I'd get on stage here and there as a kid. Did a comedy show when I was in 6th grade, and one girl came up to me and said, "That was really funny." And then that kind of secured that for me. I'll do more. And and my dad's brother was in a band that was popular in Houston growing up, called the Sixpence. And when I was about that age, like 5 or something, they rehearsed in our living room, and they were open for Herman's Hermits and Love and Spoonful and all these people. They were really cool. And so I've been pursuing singing and writing, songwriting for a long time too.
You're a singer too.
Songwriting turned in doing comedy, guitar comedy, because somewhere along the line, that same uncle played my dad. I went and recorded a demo with 2 original songs. Yeah, and my dad played it for my uncle, and he said, I want to play this for your uncle and see what he thinks. And he listened to it. He said it was great. And then he played me something that killed his music career. His band went all the way to California at one point. You know, he was with them for the first 4 years or something. And then that band kept morphing and changing, and they got a record deal, and they recorded the song One. Like, one is the loneliest number right? They recorded it before it was on the radio, and they had the quintessential break-in of the studio, tapes missing, and then it came on the radio by Three Dog Night, and like shortly thereafter, and they went, oh, fuck it, because it was a giant hit. You with me?
Are you saying that Three Dog Night stole that song?
Nope, I didn't say it at all. Oh, did I?
This might be a Brett Friends exclusive. The inner workings of there's a lot of stealing. There's a lot of stealing that goes on.
The thing is, I left that little talk feeling like I thought I could do this, and I don't. If that's what it is, like you work all that these guys were so talented, and their stuff's on YouTube as well. They're also called the Fun and Games Commission, but it just felt like, well, I guess I won't pursue that. So it became playing guitar to make people laugh, you know, and writing comical songs. But now I've gotten back into writing original songs, and I've taken a class with the lady who wrote That Ain't No Way to Treat a Lady, No Way for Helen Reddy. And her name's Harriet Schock, and she's amazing. And so I've written a bunch of new songs I'm putting together. So
that's awesome. So is that where you want to, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, that's just, I think I was thinking about it the other day. I just dig making things, like whether it's physical, like, you know, getting that wood and turning it into something, or painting or drawing, or doing something that I like. If I had more time, which we all have now apparently, then I would want to spend it making stuff out of the ether, you know.
Tactile fingers on
tactile, vocalizing, silliness. I like silliness. I'm going to be getting into some characters and stuff again soon. That art show that we did was just the best ever, man. We, for your listeners, we did, viewers, we did an art show. When was it? What day was it? December or was it January?
That was
it wasn't in 2020, because you said its name was 2020 and it was still 2019. That's what everybody kept telling me.
I was so excited about for 2020 that I called the 2020 show, because I thought 2020 was going to be such a great year.
Oh my God, you did. It's wow.
And I think we did that. What's the November 17th? I think we did that show.
But that was the most wall space I have had in I think in my entire art career to put pieces up.
You guys that didn't show up, you fucked up. You missed a great show. But we had like,
oh my God,
you know, the place looked tits. The place looked great.
Oh no, you honored every artist there. Had a great space for themselves, and the merchants as well, like the ones that had things to sell. Me too. I got a table. I have a table now as a result in my garage.
I know. I wish we would have all made a lot more money on that one, but yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, the event was the space, the place, the time. It was right before we knew what was going to happen. I mean, I remember getting ready for that show. I was in the bathroom putting on my shirt. I want to be dressed up. I put a button-up shirt on, which I never wear, and I had literally had sweat like dripping off my face onto the shoes when I was tying them. Like, and we didn't know what was going to happen after that. Then my dogs died after that, and then I closed my art gallery, and then I came back here, and then it was a tumultuous. Did you find that things get clunky around that time after that show, or did you feel like any sort of like weirdness happening? Did your life become clunky right before the COVID hit? Did you feel like any abstractions?
No, a friend passed away, a fellow performer. I went to a memorial for her and saw people I hadn't seen in a while, which was great. And then, then a couple of weeks later, none of us can be in the same space again without masks or what, everybody's in their homes. It was just bizarre. But I went to Texas because I've got some family down there, and I went to Texas in February. I think it might have been February. And I flew back, and there were two people wearing masks on the plane. And there were a couple of Asian people, like a little couple, and I thought, and I respect that like in China, I've seen films of it where a lot of people are wearing masks because of the pollution, or if there's something bad going down, they have had outbreaks. And so I got a little hint of like, I wonder, do they know something I don't know? And then I think 2-3 weeks later, we're all quarantined.
Yeah, it hit
think
really
of flying.
fast. Well, the hoax thing was like, I remember okay, this is a little bit abstract, but like I remember like a year before that happened, there was a news story of this this freighter cargo ship that had a bunch of frozen pangolins on them that were already they're already ready for consumption, which you're not supposed to eat those things, but they were coming to the U.S.
Oh,
and I remember the pangolins. They were stripped of their scales. They're frozen.
Yeah.
And they whoever the news story, and I'm sure we can Google it or whatever the hell we want to do to figure it out. But I saw it with my own eyes. But they're like, there's a billion of these pangolins on here that are ready for consumption. They're yellow bodied and stuff like that. And I was like, why are people eating pangolins? And that was about a year and a half before this shit hit the fan.
That was in it. Where'd you see them?
I saw this on like a news story that was on TV,
right?
Or something that was broadcast.
Oh yeah.
And
okay.
And I didn't know that, but then it's I don't know, man. It's just like, why don't eat a pangolin, man? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if it's endangered and you're not supposed to eat it, and
if it gives you hard for 10
minutes
or something like that, there's other things to do that. There's
was the movie with Lawrence Fishburne and Gwyneth Paltrow, was that Outbreak or what was the we're talking
you're talking about Outbreak, which was Morgan Freeman and Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, that's not it. What's the other one? It was a I can't believe it. I have to look at my iPhone to find it.
We'll scroll it across the screen. We'll scroll it. If you don't remember it, we'll scroll it across the screen.
Nonetheless, I watched it, and it just looked like everything that we've gone through, just discovering that that there was a disease that was starting to spread, and it was airborne, and it's all this shit. And so I've been like hardcore, everything. What do we do? Masks, get alcohol, whatever kills 99.9% around the house. Just been real diligent with that. I call it vigilance over virulence. I'm going to make some hats with that on it.
Yeah, make some hats, baby. Well, Okay, so with that being said, and then we are living in this time now
Yes,
of this.
it's a wonderful time.
It's a wonderful time. It'd be more wonderful if you got that stimulus check. I'm sure you'd be a lot happier about that. We're gonna have to get that.
Dude. Another disclaimer. I was not accusing Three Dog Night of anything, and I don't want any of my bandmates freak out. What are you telling them all that business for and put it on the intranet?
Nobody's watching this anyways. It doesn't matter. It's just me and you just talking and getting our social,
perfect.
Non-social, and social at the same time.
Dude, I'm so proud of you for doing this. You are a doer and a maker, and you get for F's sake. I'm excited that you've been diligent and have made, what did you say, this is the 18th one?
You're number 18, baby.
High five.
Woo! High five to the thing. High five. High five to the camera. There you go. Yeah. I had to basically do this because I was kind of going bananas, and I kept on getting in my brain like breasts with friends. I was like, and I've been wanting to do a podcast for years.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the time, and I was like, and then I was like, who would I ever invite on this show? And I was like, wait, hold on, I know lots of people that I could invite on this show that are completely creative and would want to, and then I was like, right. And so that was the impetus for that. It was like, I was like, there's lots of people I could ask, and rejection's been a lifelong thing with me. So being people,
it's no big deal.
It's no big deal. People say no. I was like, okay, well, it was about, I have about 200 other people I could ask. And so, and you're one of the 200. I've already asked Steve and Julie. They won't do it yet. Steve and Julie, I got my closest friends won't do it. So I'm glad we're not that close yet. Because,
me too.
I keep you a
couple of your t-shirts.
So creatively, what do you with the painting and acting? What do you want to see going forward with all this? Now that we're in this new paradigm, crazy bullshit reality.
Well, part of the, my brain goes into, I better find someone to help me put up a like a virtual gallery. I've looked online and seen some of those folks that have you but I don't know that we're bit, but hoping that we'll get some flexibility, normalcy, ability to go out in the world again. But I'm actually kind of stunned about the political situation, that it's become so the country's got this division in it now with these folks that I don't understand, who I love Mr. Trump.
You love him,
but I don't want to go there, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to
go there. Go
there.
Can you do like Trump, like apologizing for the COVID and for being our president?
I have only tried to do a Trump impression like a couple of times, but and so apologizing to Biden, I won't. I can't. I have no idea. I can do this a lot.
The Oregon. Do you think he was a good president?
He goes like this. Goes like that a lot. No. That's my impression of him. No. Okay.
That's like him trying to fall asleep at night. That's like him trying to fall asleep at night. No. How does somebody like Trump sleep at night? How does he sleep at night?
No, he doesn't. He's on amphetamines and he's tweeting till 4 a.m. Did you notice that Rudy Giuliani, after he got that crazy COVID cocktail, looked insane? like he showed up like doing all this stuff for the lawyer stuff, uh, the fake out grifter lawyer stuff, and but he was looking like he would be talking like this, like, no, you got it, and his color was completely different, like sheet red. Anyway, a big smile, like he got new teeth after he got the the COVID cocktail.
It's been crazy, man. I want to talk about other things.
What would you like to talk about? We can talk about anything you want.
I want to talk about how funny Andy Merrill is, who played Brack on Space Ghost.
Okay.
You have to just look up if you want a good time on Twitter. Let's see, Twitter. Yeah, on Twitter. Look up Brack, Brak, and or Andy Merrill, and you'll find him. And he has made his own puppets. Puppet of Brack. He had a Santa Claus that he writes these ridiculous songs for. And at one point, he wrote me and said, "I'm putting a naked man up today," and it's just a puppet that he made. That's he does it for his, and he's out and just nuts out in the street. Like it's really that was a fine choice of word choice. Nuts out in the street but he is he's very funny. So I would recommend to your viewers to look him up. And Andy Kindler's constantly doing funny stuff on Twitter as well.
I love Andy Kindler. He's a nice guy.
See, like,
he gave me a good Steve Odekirk joke. Steve Odekirk, that wrote Patch Adams and Ventura too. Now punchline in this because he took a couple. I wrote Return to Sender, my script. He was gonna originally produce that.
Neat.
Yeah, that's why I wrote it for 5 years with Steve Oakes. Because I thought it was coming. So, but he ended up taking 2 major jokes out of that script and using it for Ace 2.
Did he?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he did. And Steve, I love you, Steve Odekirk. I love you still. I don't know why you stopped talking to me after 20 years, but you should come on the show. And redeem yourself.
Hi, Steve Odekirk. Remember
Steve,
me from the Laugh Stop in Austin, and we hung out and everything. Okay, goodbye.
Well, we were doing a movie called The Thing That Wasn't Funny, or The Thing That Wasn't Scary. And we were shooting that in Laguna as I was a young actor, and I came out of, San Jose to LA. And I was, and I actually was going to maybe, because he shot a lot of stuff, it was very funny. This is before he directed Ace 2 and was writing that. But The Thing That Wasn't Funny, we were supposed to complete that movie, but it was a half-shot movie. And we were going to maybe do it where, because I talked to him, I said, well, why don't you let me direct the rest of the movie? Because it was so long in between the shoots that it was going to time travel with all the actors, and they were all older. It was a good idea. We just never.
Right. I love it.
We never did it, and it was really silly, right? Really silly comedy. Yeah. Anyways, these are Brett's with Friends exclusives. But what was the point? What were we talking about?
We're talking about, I think, comics that we like, or you talked about Andy Kindler, and that's turned into Steve
Andy
Odekirk.
Kindler gave me the best joke.
Both
gave me the best joke. I said, "What do you think about Steve Odekirk?" He's all, "Which hack comic is making more than $5 million a year right now?" or something. And I was like,
he was so road. His stuff. I remember he had like a little pram that he brought out, and he was trying to make sure everybody remembered his name. So it said pre-recorded Odekirk.
Yep.
Odekirk. Odekirk. Little sign came up out of the pram.
Yeah, the scissors. He has a prop comic.
Yeah.
He's a prop
Yeah,
comic.
that was fun. It was a very elaborate prop comic. That was fun.
Well, he had video, like when I was working on this, that's how I met him, is through The Last Laugh, and he had video on stage, which is easy to just go fucking play a video while you're doing stand-up, and then there's 5 minutes right there. And and he came from advertising as well. I mean, I was just gonna open up the whole wheelhouse on Steve Odekirk.
Now he doesn't talk to you. It's a shame, because he'd be a fun interview, I would imagine, for you. But
now I've been talking trash on my podcast now, so fuck it. I got to figure his first feature film made $100 million, and that he used 2 of my jokes. What does that equate to? A joke? It's at least $5,000. Well, he gave me the computer. He gave me the computer to write the jokes on. So more power to him. He's a good guy. I'm not here to
Nice.
attack you, Steve.
Dude,
He does-
so
he does
you've been
shit about me.
around the comedy scene, and you've been around the comedy scene and acting in the acting world. And where was your? Did you study art originally, or were you just did you pick it up and then it connected to you, or where'd you start with your art? I don't know that
was
about you.
drawing, and I was drawing all my life. My brother's a really good artist. He just has zero inspiration, which is kind of sucks. But it actually,
did.
He's super talented. So, so that happens. But you know, I mean, he's an amazing man. We'll have him on the show. Bill Woods is his name. He's a super good guy, but I wish he'd paint more. He's so fucking talented. It's like ridiculous.
Wow.
Way
Right.
more talented than I'll ever be when it comes to pen and paper. He's
Yeah.
like a savant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sold my first painting when I was like 13 years old. And
Wow, cool.
then I realized, I was like, oh shit, I can, you know, as a airbrush of a, you know, of a bell pepper dropping into the water, which was a lot of, I studied a lot of Japanese airbrush and realism.
Yes.
So, but then,
Right.
you know, the colored pencils turned into watercolors, and the watercolors turned into acrylic. The acrylic turned into airbrush with acrylic,
Right.
and then the acrylic turned into oil. And at the same time, I was also doing my little movies. So I was making movies at the same time. So, so that's my kind of brief background into like making movies with my friends and doing prosthetics, like, you know, putting, you know, using, you know, plaster of Paris to do molds of people's kids' faces in the yards with straws up the nose, and then using foam latex. And I actually met Tom Savini, which was a dream. He invited me to his table to eat with him and his girlfriend one time in the Promenade in Santa Monica, which was like, this is before he did the From Dusk Till Dawn. And so I sat him with him and his girlfriend. She came to the table with some like P.F. Chang's. And he's all, I'm just talking to this guy I met. She's all, oh, we have a friend at the table. And I was like, this is not happening. I'm sitting here with Tom with me, and he's talking to me about right before he does the part for From Dusk Till Dawn. He's all, so I guess I'm an actor now. He was like, he's like, I guess I'm
right.
And so that, you know, I actually left the table because before it got weird, because I was like, it was almost too good to be true, right? You know, it's like you don't want to meet your heroes sometimes.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. You've sparked 2 or 3 memories for me as well, just from hearing you out. My cousin was a published science fiction writer, a guy named Joe Pamilia, and he was in some anthologies by David Gerald, and a Star Trek writer. And so I grew up with this on my block. There were like 5 relatives or more on this block in Houston, Texas, where I lived, and we'd go to their house all the time. And he turned me on to War of the Worlds. He had the tape of Orson Welles and played it for me on a reel-to-reel. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. You freeze up every so often, so I'm not sure sometimes. Like, make sure
I was just turning this talking to see if it made a difference, but I'm listening. I'm tracking.
Oh no, we're
Hello.
But so they made little films, and he needed a cast for it. You know, they're like probably 18 to 20 something, and so he would write these dumb little science fiction movies, and he built a little robot, and he created it like a robot god, and he had me and my little sister carry a bowl that had fire in it to like put it. I carried, I think, the bowl of fire. My sister carried like fruits, and we gave them as offerings to the robot god. And it was like 8mm films, 6 production into the acting thing, and that was like in my yard.
Do you still got those?
They do. I have one of them that my sister made her film movie called Tug, and it was two cavemen, and we wore like paper bags or caveman suits, and had fake clubs. And my friend Joey and his sister Trisha played the caveman and his girlfriend, and I took her away from him, and because I wanted her to be my girlfriend, and then he killed me, and I had to have a death scene with like ketchup on my head. It was awesome, and I remember coming out with a somehow, and she said, here's your lunch, and I thought, that was my first experience with craft service. I kind of was like, oh,
It was good.
okay, because I love craft service. And then the other thing is, tell me, American Werewolf in London. Who was the artist on that? Rick Baker and his assistant.
Roboten.
You like Roboten, I think it is. But whatever his name is, I did a commercial. I was in a Cheetos commercial. Like, the acting thing, I moved out here. I did a lot of commercials at one point. I got like probably over 30 under my belt. And this one was one of those ones where the guy, the main dude was a director who did the video for Free as a Bird. Joe Esterhauser, not Esterhaus, Joe's, I can't remember his name, but he was like, you got it. If you get on his list, like the other actors would say, if you get on his list, man, you're solid. He does Super Bowls, whatever. So it was a Cheetos commercial. We were playing peasants, and it was the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the villagers were chasing after him, and me and this girl were two villagers, and we were all dressed in period pieces. Hair comes up in an amazing, like insanely expensive long jacket that I thought of as like a gothic New York, jacket. It was like really cool, and he was given the instruction to put more dirt on it, right? And I said, "Are you Rob Bottin?" Yeah. And he goes, "Dude, I love your stuff, man. I have been watching your stuff with the thing and all these, I've followed your like everything." And he goes, "Well, you can tell your friends that big famous Rob Bottin was spraying dirt on you for a Cheeto commercial." He had a great sense of humor. He was very cool. But so there's my little, we both like the makeup artist people. But but see, all of this stuff totally jazzes me up, man. I mean, I love artists. I love people that make shit. Getting behind the scenes, or like, how do you do a movie? Oh, you're getting to make a movie. What about, I've written some stuff. I got to write for a Disney show because of my friend Hal Sparks. We wrote for a show called Umba Macumba, and he figured out that our stuff would get seen if we wrote songs. So we wrote comedy songs, and then would put a video together from the material, because it was an animal show, where they would do funny scenarios with animals to show kids, animals in Africa and all these different places. And so we would create little songs based on them. And it was a blast. So I like all of it, man. I also have worked, I worked this summer on a cartoon as well. A buddy of mine had me do drawings for a pitch cartoon. I did over like 50 drawings for him. It was, it's been, I mean, are you kidding? It's just weird. We can't leave our homes except to get some food or, from a store. But making the best of it, it's given me at least the chance to be with my, I guess, creativity and to have fun with it, like you're doing. I mean, this is awesome that you have this. You gotta feel great about it, right? Don't you like connecting with everybody?
I had to make this so I could talk to my friends. but the big point of all this was just so, because I was talking to everybody, I was feeling like unsocial. I was all, well, I could kill two birds with one stone. I could talk to everybody I wanted to do. I wanted to do a podcast, and I'm not seeing anybody. I'm lonely. No one's getting laid, and I'm gonna work out and fucking get cabin fever. And so I travel all summer long, shooting and going to Truckee and Seattle and camping and doing all the stuff and shooting.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was, the time is ripe. You know, and now I've been able to talk to people about Return to Sender, which is the movie, is my passion project. And I've gotten the that script to a couple of people that I'd love to get Kyle Dunningham as Johnny and Annie Lederman as Sheila. And Annie, Kyle, call me, because I've sent the script to her agent, and I've been on Craig's News Live a couple times. That's his little thing that he's been doing, and they sent me something in the mail, like some stickers, and so I sent him. I went and ponied up, $20 to get the script written in hard copy, and off of Staples,
nice.
And I paid the $10 to fucking mail it directly to him. So Kyle,
yes,
let's do this.
Come on, Kyle. Help a guy
out with do some quality stuff.
This man is he. Could you please help my friend?
There, that was Donald Trump doing Marlon Brando.
Oh, so anyway, I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed in Mitch McConnell.
So,
fucking Mitch McConnell. Oh, did you? You can't say that. I guess you can't say that.
Why does Mitch McConnell breathe air that we breathe?
he really, it's I don't know. He does look like somebody that's thing. And then
people compare him to a turtle, but I see him more as something that a something. I see more as something like a creature that would be in the swamp.
He's like that guy that came off the water. He's like the guy that came off the water in the original X-Men movie. At the end of the movie where he came out of the water and he was all slimy. Is that the guy that, that's
yeah, that guy who was what is his name? He was in one of my, what is it?
He's a great character. He was like
Bruce Boxleitner?
No, but similar to that. He was actually in, God damn it. It's going to fucking piss me off if I don't get this, because I'm a big fan.
He was the actor in a show I saw on PBS, a sci-fi movie called The Lathe of Heaven, which is brilliant.
Which has been The Lathe of Heaven is the first PBS feature film that was made, and
is that right? I watched it when I was a kid, like when it came out. It was
they filmed that here in Oregon. The Lathe of Heaven was by a beautiful writer, female writer that wrote science fiction, and I want to remake the movie if I can. I know they tried to do it a while back with that kid from oh god. Anyways, with and the girl from blah blah. But we can make, that's actually a really great.
We're over. There's two guys over 40 something.
40
trying to remember 51. Shit. That's
51 and counting, baby.
I'm almost up to the big 6.
What's the big 60? Are you going to be 60? No, you're not going to be 60. How old are you?
I'm 59.
What? Well, I hope I look as good as you. I'm 59.
I know, right?
Well, no wrinkles, no nothing.
It's trippy, but I got the hairs. I still got a head full of hair, so I should be all right. I'll be all right.
You got the Sicilian
I can still play 40. See, we've got the hair.
I'm going for the One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest, Jack Nicholson route here.
That's pretty good, man.
You can see through it, though.
I just love hats, though. I like hats. This one's got like got messed up in the art studio. I don't know what that's from.
That's
Like I think it's
leech on you.
yeah. I'll make it a graffiti a camouflage one and just paint all over it or something. Maybe
Just cut
maybe.
the top out and just wear.
Oh, that's a great idea. Here, Donald.
What's the Pollock joke? You lose your hair and you grow a hat.
And you grow a hat. I like Pollock's. Pollock's got his own kind of voice. It's you know, he's what is it? He was in the Miss Maisel. Did you see him in Miss Maisel?
Yeah, but on everything.
He has such a distinctive style and character that he did. He was the first person I ever saw do William Shatner live. I worked at a comedy club called the Comedy Workshop in Austin off of 15th and Lavaca, and we had Louis Anderson come through there. Jay Leno, Bill Hicks played there a lot. Sam Kinison, all these. It was just amazing to be in that place, this little box, you know, with all these folks. But when he did Shatner, I was like, that's perfect. How do you do that, you know?
Yeah, he was a folklore in San Jose. He was a Bay Area guy. I would always hear about. He was the biggest star that I knew that was in the area. When I was working at the Last Laugh, I met John Biner though.
Oh, cool!
They did some sort of comedy show where they filmed with it. Anyways, you know what? We're running out of time. We're running out of time, baby. And I hate.
Well, you know, we're sort of friends, so you know we have a lot to talk about. You know. But,
we can do the show again. It's my show. We can do it anytime you want. Just
we'll do part 2 in a few months. See how things go.
Not in a few months. COVID might be over by then. Let's do it like maybe in a month. Is there anything that can you leave the audience out there, the 1 or 2 people that are watching this, with it, how they get a hold of you, how they can see your stuff, how you want people to remember you?
I want them to remember me as someone who was alive at one time.
I have a website, chrisbonno.com. It's Bonno with 2 N's, Bonno, and it has a weird TV show I tried to create. Did 8 episodes, always more often than not with a guest, and some original songs called Electric Bonno Land on YouTube.
Again, because my internet just kind of locked up for a second. Can you just repeat that again? Oh. And let me interject one thing before you repeat that again, is I still think your best work that I've seen is in L'Epitome.
Oh,
I think you killed that spot.
Well, I think it's one of my pull in the face. That was a pull in your face part.
I'd like to do it for you for those who don't have the movie, if I could. But I had really messed up teeth and lots of blemishes because it was in a French some period piece, and we're all pale and scary looking. And I did this. So go to chrisbonno.com. And you'll see a whole slew of stuff there and links to all the things I've been talking about. There are T-shirts to buy, and I make masks as well. Can you hold on a second, and I'll go grab one?
We'll clip it together.
Okay.
Hi, I've returned.
I was doing some paintings. I actually have a bunch of paintings I started doing for a future art show. I did one of those draw every day challenges on Instagram with a buddy. We drew every day, and he would text me a drawing and I'd text him a drawing every day, and it was great because I just found I'm still all the time. It was a good to get into, and I started finding themes and just all this stuff, and so I've taken drawings from that period, pulled them out, and I want to make an entire show, like 18 paintings that are all my own style, because my style started taking shape. Anyway, but these are some of the masks I made from some of the paintings I have. This one is called Nachismo, and it's when nacho's on your face. I did I had a whole run of nacho paintings. I have Escape to Nacho Island, where it's a guy in a canoe, and the island is just nachos. This one is called Tomatoes on the Mesa, and it's
great.
Thank you. It's this one sold so fast. I put it up online. It was this big.
I think you had both those paintings at the show we had.
I think I did. I think you're right. And I've seen people buy this one, which is kind of fun.
How much do they sell for?
Big. They're $12. They have it set up so that since it's somewhat charitable and everybody needs them, that I only make like 36 cents a piece for them. So it's more about like, people have something fun to wear. This is a little chihuahua that I drew that, let's see if you can get a flat version of that. There he is. He's a little cone dog.
You need to send that to Carlos Rocky.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, that's right. He's got the chihuahua with the wolf. And so I've had people have bought this one. There's a drawing I did of a robot that's sad called the Forlorn Robot. And that one's up there. And I'm going to be putting some more up. I have a lot more I want to put up there. But anyway, you can find all that stuff through chrisbonno.com. Thank you, man.
Oh, I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. But the sooner I end it, that means less editing I have to do. But let's do this again. And gosh, are there any parting words for the audience out there that you can tell them? Just
stay safe. Be the shit that we're all saying. Stay safe. Be well. Wear the mask. It is real. If even for the folks that are like, no, it's not a bit of a mask. It's a conspiracy. Everything. Did you hear the president in his own voice when the Bob Woodward tape came out, where he sounded the most sober, the most serious, the most centered and grounded I've ever heard him ever, saying, "It's in the air. It's in the air." And this is the other thing. Sorry about the parting words about this fucking thing that we're going through, but people in my neighborhood walk. I could see them while I'm washing dishes out the window. They walk around without masks on, and I always think, do you realize that the air is what we're trying to protect ourselves from to some degree? It's actually the vehicle that it goes into you for. So the masks are you don't have to wear them all the time in your house. You don't have to wear them, but when you're outside, put a mask on, dude, until they tell us it's safe. Anyway, everybody look to yourselves for look for inspiration, fun, happiness, and make yourselves and the people around you laugh and hug each other. And if you've been tested, and we'll all be able to have a nice party again sometime. And hope that you come to see it, because it's going to be some art that you've never seen and some music and God knows whatever Brett comes up with.
Well, and check out Mr. Bonno's art as well, because he's got a voice in his art that he has in his comedy. This guy is gonna make me cry. I get all nostalgic, but I think you're super talented, and I think I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you, buddy. I hope to have a lot of good stuff for you to look at.
Yeah, and I hope we all get laid again someday.
Okay, peace out.
I hope we all get laid again someday.
God, that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh,
yeah.
That would be something else. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Don't have anything to hold up.
Hold Larry. No.
Cheers to that.
All right, we squeezed it for all we can. I don't want to end on a high note. Oh, hey, cheers. All
right, goodbye.
All right, see ya. All right, we'll just end it right there. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Peace out.
All right.
You're so bad at time management. You're so bad at time management.